talking about?
Hey everybody, back again. I know it's been a while. Haven't really gotten to make another video. I did, however, go on a hunting trip, my first hunting trip, with my compound for jackrabbit. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything, but my father did, so I didn't exactly go empty-handed. Anyway, I'll make another video on that, and for our next hunting trip, I'll for sure take some video. So, what I did today, well, a while ago actually, what I'm deciding to do today is make a video of this new PVC bow that I made. It's a horse bow. It's made out of 1/4-inch PVC. The Cias, they are not separate. They're all built in. So I just bent the PVC to, you know, make this shape. And it has a bit of a deflex to it. So when unstrung, you can tell that the limbs, they still bend a bit, but that makes it to where it almost lets you bend it a little bit more than you probably should. But right now I just have a basic 550 paracord string on there because I haven't bought any Dacron yet, but that'll come later. Anyway, it pulls about, I'd say, probably somewhere around 20 pounds. I'm pretty proud with this one. It seems pretty smooth. It's a very smooth draw. Very nice. And yeah, I thought I'd just shoot it for you guys and all that. Another thing I made also, I made my own arrow. And what's cool about this is I made the arrowheads out of a, you know how you go to those like places like Disneyland or something, and you get those souvenir pennies where you put a penny in and it squashes it down and makes it really flat? Well, I took one of those and I made it into an arrowhead. I just wrapped it with some string and then I used a resin to harden up this entire thing, the entire tip and the knocking point. The fletchings, I just used some masking tape and then I used some glue to set it in there so it won't come off. Then I wrapped the ends in some more masking tape. So I'm pretty happy with all this. So basically what I want to show you guys today is just the basics of shooting a horse bow and proper like technique with it. So we'll just get right in. So when you shoot something like this, you could shoot it. You could shoot it if you wanted Mediterranean, which is the 3-finger. But I decided to do something a bit different from what I usually do, and I'm going to go for the thumb grip. And basically what that is you take your hand, do an L, and then curve your thumb inward. Take that thumb and place it right under the arrow a little bit. And you don't want to be on that joint right there. You don't want to be on that joint and folding point. You want to be sort of right above there. So you take that, and then what you do is you take your finger and you place it over your thumb. So that way it makes sort of a lock. And what this does is it makes it to where you can draw, and you can draw in any position really, and it won't go anywhere. You see my thumb isn't suspending it. I'm going to move my hand actually. As you can see, that arrow isn't flying off to the side. And the reason that is because of that grip. And you don't want to do a 3-finger because what that's going to do is not going to give you as much consistency, and it could possibly even make the arrow fly off. Because you know, when you hold it Mediterranean style, naturally your fingers are going to bend a bit. So it's going to twist the string, therefore displacing the arrow. So once you have that grip, you can even use your thumb as sort of an arrow rest. Just be careful when you're doing that and wear gloves or something, because you know, the fletchings or something that you can rip at your fingers or something. It won't be serious, just a minor, you know, cut. Now your anchor point won't be different. It'll be exactly the same. It's just you have to sort of, because when I draw Mediterranean, I get back and I put my first finger on the corner of my mouth. With this, what I do is I take it, draw back, and I get that knuckle, the knuckle of my thumb a bit behind that, and I make sure that's placed on the corner of my mouth. That's what I do. You'll have to sort of experiment yourself in what you want to do with that and what's best for you. So, now with the release. The release is the same as a 3-finger Mediterranean. And it's, you know, they say you want to get back, and then instead of going like this, letting go, and actually doing an action, what you want to do is just sort of relax and just let it slide back. So relax, let it slide back, and then you go into your follow-up. Yeah, so I guess we'll shoot it a bit, and I'll show you sort of my shot process and what I do when I go through that. So I've already sort of explained my shot process, and it's back tension, release, bow sort of goes to the side. Now, it seems really simple, and it sort of is. It just takes a lot of practice, really, and you know, it just takes repetition, and you'll get it down in a way that you're going to be shooting the best way you can. So the basics, of course, are line up to your target, and when you do this, you want to be about shoulder width apart with your feet, and you want to look at your target and look at where you want to hit when shooting instinctive. I mean, there are plenty of other ways to shoot instinctive. Some of the people have other ways that they do it. There's also the string walking and all that. That's not necessarily instinctive, but you know, still. And instinctive is sort of the wrong word. It's more intuitive, because it's not like you can just pick up a bow and go, okay, that's what I want to hit, and then you're automatically going to be amazing at it. No, it doesn't work that way. I still sort of suck, but you know, that's just how it goes. But what you want to do, what I do anyway, is I look at a little spot on the target. It can be a little crease, and if it's an animal, you can look at a tiny little hair that maybe is discolored or something like that, a gray hair or something. And you look at that and you say in your mind, that's what I'm gonna hit. So what you do is once you aim, you're not looking at the arrowhead. That's not what you're looking at. Some people do that, and that's when you do string walking or a different type of method. But when I shoot, I don't look at any of this. None of this is there. It's all in my peripheral. And that, in the back of my mind, in my subconscious, it's sort of gonna calculate for me. I know it's weird, seems complicated, it sort of is, but it takes practice, and your mind will eventually get used to where you have to go, and you know, your body will just follow. So that's what you gotta do. Anyway, back to the shot sequence. Face your target. Some people, when they shoot, they line up their bow and then pull back. But what I do is I sort of do that in a sense, but what I do is I look at my target intently, at where I want to get. And then I sort of bring up, but by the time I get around here, I start pulling back. That way, it gives me time to make a snapshot. Because when you're doing instinctive, you do not want to hold it there for too long, because you start to overthink and then you'll miss. And, you know, that's what you want to avoid. we're gonna do here is we're gonna take a shot, and then I'll just explain a bit more. And now we can also see my my form and stuff like that. And yeah, make sure when you shoot, you get that back tension. I'll explain that after I shoot. And there you go, back tension. Back tension is hard to explain. It's, you know, okay, let me think about this. It's hard to put into words. Sort of. So, you start off like this, of course, but if you look at my back, when I draw, I'm using those back muscles. You see? I don't know if you can see that, but the back muscles are what's mainly drawing your bow. This, your whole entire arm, the forearm, is just an anchor. It's just an anchor to hold it in place, and, you know, but when you draw, you use those back muscles. That way it lines up your entire body with that target. That's pretty much the basics about it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this arrowhead even. And I'll show you what I made it out of. As I told you, it's these little squished pennies. And what I did is I just sort of cut it down with tin snips, and then I filed it down to a point like that, got the shape roughed out, and then you got yourself an arrowhead. Yeah, this is just a little filler episode, little filler video for the lack of videos I've been making, or not making. But, you know, I really gotta get back into that. A lot of things have been going on, a lot of new developments. But yeah, I'm still into archery. It hasn't wavered any bit. And I still enjoy it with everything. I still don't play games. Still don't have gaming system. I still just have my bows, and that's it. Anyway, I think that's the end of the video. So if you guys want to see more, just let me know. Of course, around on the near December, if not in December, I'm gonna be going on a hunt again for jackrabbit, and I'll go ahead and film that for sure, and so you guys can look forward to that. In between there and now and then, I'm not exactly sure what I have planned. I could take this with some buddies and just go shoot with my compound and have them shoot this or something, you know. But you know, it's all up to what happens, you know, time. Anyway, I'll stop talking and wasting your time. So as always, stay shooting, shoot straight. I'll see you guys later.